Hello, Maggie here again with the latest edition of the Vocal Human. Thank you to my local radio station for again providing the quiet space to enable me to do these more often. This time, well, actually, before I start on that, thank you to everyone who viewed the last one. Thank you for the few who left some comments, and I very much appreciate that. This time, as I say, I'm going to come with this in a slightly different tack. And bear with me on this. The Orange Buffoon, who's currently heading this country, likes to portray this image of being strong and having all the answers and, being all powerful. And there's no doubt about he has got a lot of power and influence at the moment. And you could easily look at him and think that, well, everything's going right for him. Everything's perfect. What more has he got to worry about? He's got money. He's got influence. He's got everything. And here we are, the rest of us, just grubbing around, in our normal lives. But then when you look at it and you think about it, you wonder whether he has any real wealth or power. Because if you think about it, his whole character is based on the fact that his ego has to be massaged at all times. He has to be the best and the biggest and the greatest of everything. He's got to be winning. He's got to be more powerful. And he's surrounded himself with people who, without even thinking, will just, whenever required, provide him with all the praise that he wants, saying him how wonderful he is and what a wonderful job he's doing. And he's also surrounded himself with people in his life personally who, again, are just there to provide what he values, which is a transactional relationship. I think there's no real empathy or personality or love there at all. And when it comes down to it and you go back through his life as well, you realize that in fact he's never had at any time periods where he's had people around him who give him the honest truth. They give him constructive criticism. They give him love and attention. And you've got to wonder whether there's at times, although frankly I doubt it with him, whether there's times when he wonders whether there's anybody who actually really does appreciate him at all. And to my mind, that's a hugely lonely and weak and feeble existence. Now, I say all of this by no means in a way to invoke pity or empathy or anything else for the beloved leader, because frankly he's one of those rare people in life that are so cruel and negative and evil that frankly they don't deserve any. And that's, as I say, a very rare commodity, because most people feel, you'd feel that they deserve some sort of understanding or second chance or whatever else, but not him. He's done so much hurt and been so cruel to people that it's just gone beyond it. It's, as I say, it's nothing to do with trying to invoke pity or anything for him. It's more the reverse, which is, it's more to show how strong and wealthy we are. He's trying to make us all fearful and angry and abused, because again, that's what he feels is powerful, and also it's what his followers are used to. They live in fear and anger they're trying to make us the same way. They're trying to brainwash us to do exactly the same thing. But what we've got to show and fight for is the opposite, which is the idea of valuing ourselves, valuing others, showing and receiving love and genuine emotion and criticisms, and living a life that is more human. You know, we call it the vocal human, and it's all to do with humanity. And I've said many times that, you know, it's one thing to fight a fight, but you also then have to prepare yourself for winning the peace. And there is no doubt at the moment that a lot of people feel angry and abused and frightened, and that is an authentic emotion at the moment, and we have to use that to actually resist and raise our voices against what is being done to ourselves. But at the same time, we've got to couple that with the things that we want to hang on to, that we're fighting for, which is love and understanding and inclusion and all these other things that bring a community together. Because, you know, all the wealth in the world you don't take with you when you die. What you leave behind, though, your legacy, is the love and the understanding and the relationships and the memories that you've made. And your legacy should be a positive thing that make people smile and make people feel warm inside and feel positive and confident. It shouldn't be a fearful thing. It shouldn't be a regret. It shouldn't be oh, good riddance, that person's gone. You know, you've got to say that for all his supposed power and wealth and influence and everything else, his only legacy is going to be where people are going to say good riddance and thank God, because he would have left behind so much hurt and devastation and death, frankly, that people will rejoice that he is gone. But in order to resist and combat what they're trying to do to us, we have got to use what is truly wealthy and strong, which is love and empathy and inclusion, and use that as an example for others to say, wouldn't you rather live your life this way than in fear and in division and in accusation? And you go back to the hippie movement of the 60s. What was important to them was love. There was all the hurt going on around the Civil War and segregation and all of the, you know, civil rights protests and the assassinations of people. There was so much that could have caused people to be downhearted and negative, and yet their abiding message was of love and peace. And that strength is what carried it through. And that's the point, is we've got to realize that what he regards as strength and wealth and influence is in fact nothing like it. It's just totally artificial. It's not real and will crumble at the slightest push. But what we have in resistance is strong and is important and is special. And that is love and empathy and inclusion and all the things that go with that. So let's resist, let's raise our voices, let's use that fear, absolutely, and the anger, but let's also couple it hand in hand with love. It's so important so that we can feel strong when they're trying to make us weak. But anyway, that's enough for now. It's lovely talking to you. Thank you so much again for everything that you feedback to me. Like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that you do. And I look forward to talking to you next week. Keep safe, keep well, and see you again soon. Okay, bye for now.